Good evening student, class 7 social studies, social changes in ancient India part 4. Now today our topic is caste distinction in medieval India. Now during the Rajput periods, it is told that the Brahmins, they were very powerful and they also enjoyed a lot of privileges. Now they were enjoying lot of privileges. That means they were exempted from paying the taxes. Then lighter punishments were given to them. They were exempted from the capital punishment and so on. So they enjoyed lot of privileges since they were the higher caste, the Brahmins. And again new caste and sub-caste were also formed. New caste and sub-caste were also formed that time in the society, and new occupational caste were also formed in the society. Now new occupational caste means according to the occupation, this caste were also formed in the society, such as the carders, the weavers, smiths, carpenters, brewers, fishermen, etc. So this occupational caste was formed according to the occupation performed by the person. And the condition of the woman, if we speak about it in the medieval India, the condition of women was not good. So you can say that these women, they were not in a very good condition like they were in the Vedic period, and they did not enjoy the equality in the society, and the birth of the girl child was also not like, and polygamy was also in the practice. And then we can say that when a girl child was born in the society, it was felt like she is the burden for the society, and now she will, when she will get married, the parents have to arrange for the dowry system. So all these things, when we see these points, the condition of women were not good, polygamy was in practice, and the birth of the daughter was not like. So we can see that some type of orthodoxy was there in the society. So it was not liberal. The environment was not very good for the women in the society. Now next we will go for the topic of Sati system, that was also prevalent, and the Johar system, that was also prevalent. Now what is this Sati? This Sati system, it was a historical practice which was found among the Hindus, in which a widow sacrifices herself by sitting on top of her dead husband's funeral. So this was a historical practice which was found in Hinduism, not in the Islamic rules. So this was very much common, this system in the Hindus. And what used to happen, when the husband used to die, the wife used to sit on the funeral of the husband and sacrifice herself also. But it was told in the history that later on, one of the Governor General of East India Company, Lord William, so when he saw this system being prevalent in the India, in Indian society, so he made this Sati system illegal. Then next is the Johar. Women used to also perform this Johar. This was mostly performed by the Rajput women. Rajput women means the queens, you can say. Now when the king used to go for the battle or the war, and if they used to learn and get to know that they have lost the battle, the king has lost the battle in the field, in the battlefield, and now the enemy will be attacking the palace and the kingdom. So so what these princes, they used to do, they used to jump into a pit of fire to avoid being captured by the invading enemy. Now the best example of this Johar is the story of Rani Padmavati. Now she performed this Johar so that no royal woman will be left for Alauddin Khilji and his army to enslave. So when this Rani Padmavati, we know the story of Rani Padmavati, the Rajput women, the Rajput queen. Now when she learned that his husband lost the battle, and now Alauddin Khilji, now he will be attacking the kingdom, and so she thought that instead of becoming the slave of one Mughal ruler, so I will better sacrifice my life. And so she, along with some other women, she jumped into a pit of fire to avoid being captured by the invading army. So this was the caste distinction in the medieval India, and this was the condition of the women. Now in the next video we will study about the Islamic rule in India and the social conditions under the Muslim rule.